Good evening. I'm Michael Issett, President and CEO of KQED. I hope you and all of your loved ones are healthy and safe. Welcome to the special live stream event celebrating 25 years of the California Report, a quarter of a century covering the places and the people, the issues and the dreams, the events and the experiences that make our Golden State so unique. Tonight, Daily Morning Show hosts Lily Jamali and Saul Gonzalez, plus long.
This is the California Report. I'm David Wright.
I'm Scott Schaefer.
I'm Penny Nelson.
I'm Rachel Myra.
I'm Queena Kim.
I'm John Sepulveda.
Hello, my name is Anaí, and this is my dad, Juan, and we are very excited to be a part of the California Report 25th anniversary celebration. I was born and raised in the Central Valley, and I spent my whole life pretty much playing and singing mariachi music. And music was always a really big part of my identity, and it really allowed me to connect to my community, both through performance and also through teaching. When I moved to Boston for college, I very quickly got super homesick, and I didn't only miss the sun and the scenery, but I missed the people. And the California...
Del año 99, Diosito nos ha mandado una tormenta de nieve. Las puertas se congelaron y el agua quedó hecha hielo. Patrones y pescadores, todos están sin consuelo, con lágrimas en los ojos, miran la fruta en el suelo. Nuestros hermanos del valle luego nos ayudaron con cobijas y comida para los necesitados.
I'm Sasha Coca.
Welcome to the premiere edition of the California Report. I'm Maya Krejci.
It's been amusing for me to watch white America realize what black America has known all along, that sometimes justice may or may not be done. I mean, with us, our history is that justice ain't done.
On today's show, a conversation with 4 Californians about the O.J. Simpson case, an American event that revealed and maybe widened the gaps dividing the races.
Turf dancing, it consists of footwork, something like Michael Jackson, a little slipping and sliding, pantomiming, acting out a story. It's mainly men. Actually, this is the first all-women's battle that I've come to. You know, sometimes you gotta fight for your spot to get in the battle. I'm not.
But the food bank does have the support of a group of community volunteers led by Sara Ramirez and her husband David Terrell. They rescue produce that would otherwise rot in people's backyards.
We found that there was a lot of tree fruit going unharvested, and yet at the same time we have hunger.
The transition from teen to adult is often an awkward experience. For some thoughts about that, we turn now to a young California writer, Tamara Keith.
When I was a little girl, I had a pair of huge silver high heels in my closet. I'm sure my mom had once worn them to a fancy dinner or a special dance, but my wearings were never quite so glamorous. Every once in a while, I slapped on some fuchsia Tinkerbell lipstick, put on one of my mother's fancy nightgowns that I thought were Cinderella dresses, slipped my feet into the massive shoes, and walked around the house pretending I was an adult. Although I felt all grown up with my pink lips and fancy clothes, I know I must have looked pretty silly. The shoes extended several inches beyond my heels. I was virtually drowning in the dresses, and my grandmother said the lipstick.
It's a chilly morning at another San Francisco tourist attraction, the Japanese Tea Garden in Golden Gate Park. I'm here with Stephen Pitzenbarger, one of the gardeners. He's a bit of a tea garden historian.
We are really a gem that's for San Francisco as much as it's for the tourists.
He's taking me to the gift shop, where bolted to the top of a display case, I see two small iron molds, black with long, thin handles. They're called kata and are.
So I was a little surprised to hear that others weren't tapping into this fountain of political knowledge. Well, then the interview started.
Well, let's talk about the beginning of you, which is, I think, April 7th, 1938.
Yeah, I have no recollection of that.
Well, others do.
Brown questions your questions.
See, you can't even formulate that question in a way that I can make use of it, but I get
and often critiques what you're asking before answering it.
Well, first of all, I don't think that question is entirely clear.
And don't even bother asking him what people are like.
And now, we go.
All right. It's a cool day in Orinda, and Fire Chief Dave Winokur is in his happy place, riding on an e-bike with a battery-operated assist that can catapult a biker up some of this neighborhood's steepest hills.
We're going to take a left here. Probably want to speed up a little bit for the mud.
And there are a lot of hills. We cycle into an area that was once full of coyote brush, super combustible stuff that...
You know, 50 years later, the internet has done wonderful things for society and culture, right? Those of us who have access to the net have access to the sum total of human knowledge. But there's also a lot of vileness. I mean, there's oceans of hatred and paranoia on the web, and it's an engine of misinformation. What do you think of the Jekyll and Hyde sides of this technology?
It worries me greatly. You know, the internet worked beautifully for the first 20 years. We were all friends. There was no reason to install any
Hi, I'm Willa Sandmeyer, the Morning Edition news host with KCLU Public Radio. I'd like to wish Lily and Saul and the entire team on the California Report a happy 25th anniversary. We appreciate your in-depth journalism, reports from all corners of California, reports that we bring daily to our listeners here on KCLU.
Hi, I'm Megan Keeley. I grew up in California surrounded by the vast swaths of open space preserves and state parks that blanket the Pacific coast. The oak woodlands, grasslands, redwood forests, beaches, and wetlands shaped who I am today on a molecular level, and subsequently who I will become. I also consider myself incredibly fortunate to be brought up by a village of people who were drawn to California for its commitment to progress and possibilities. The California Report keeps me connected to that love of learning and to the importance of reaching beyond our own bubbles and understanding the fabric of our broader communities, from farm workers to firefighters. To me, California's beauty and progressive frontiers are a state of mind. Thank you to the California Report for